Oh god. Oh, that makes me miss Jackbox nights. That makes me
Oh,
miss.
100%. Oh, Jackbox. What a game.
Yeah,
What a
random
game.
tangent. Best Jackbox game in your honest opinion.
Ooh,
Best
best
Jackbox
Jackbox.
game. It can be any pack. It can be any it can be the
Ooh.
sequels. Go
Hmm.
on, go on.
God, that's so difficult. I think straight in, easiest to play and easiest to get the grasp of is always got to be like the Quicklashes.
Quiplash is the
Um,
staple.
it
Quiplash is
is
the
a staple. I
absolute
think that's
staple.
pretty much what made it. Like Jackbox Free
Hmm.
Quiplash.
Yeah.
I think newly good game that I
Hmm.
discovered that was quite fun is it's on the latest Jackbox and it's called like I think it's like Joke Boat or something. It could be, it might not even be
Oh yeah,
that.
Joke Boat.
Is it Joke Boat? You got to like make the stand up lines.
Yeah, that's the
Let's
one.
just say I had some pipers. I'm not going to say them because I don't want anything to happen, but they were good and everyone appreciated them. And it's just the creative control you have on that one is
Hmm.
actually insane.
Yeah.
Um, it doesn't like write things for you properly. Like it gives you if you get a good scenario and a good punchline, you've made
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But definitely Quiplash and Fibbage. Quiplash and Fibbage are like my top two. I
Yeah.
wouldn't
Those
be
are the
able to split between them.
staples. Yeah, it's like you think
Definitely.
Jackbox, you immediately think those two.
Yeah, I mean, Quiplash is its own game. To be fair, on
Hmm.
Steam, I'm pretty sure you can just buy Quiplash as
Really?
it as a thing. Yeah, I think
You could
so.
just buy
I think
standalone.
so. I think so. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. And there was another one actually. Was it? Oh, it could have been. It
Hmm.
might have been on Joke Boat, right? It might have been on Joke Boat on the CN6. But either way, oh, is it Joke? Oh,
I've got 'em thinking now.
either way, it was on one of the mini games, the sort of the games that they had. And obviously, with Jackbox 6, there isn't any Quiplash.
Hmm.
And we were playing it, and no one else understood like how excited I got. I was like, "Oh my god, wow! Oh, that's
Hmm.
so clever!" But there was a little like there was a TV segment, like they literally like it
Yeah.
went into a TV and it went, "Oh, screw it, let's have a quick game of Quiplash." So it brought the announcer in for Quiplash, and then you just had one round of Quiplash
Hmm.
and it was exactly Quiplash, and it was just crazy because like no
Yeah.
one the people I'm playing with, they don't like with our friendship group we played Quiplash quite a lot, but with that my other friendship group they don't.
Hmm.
So me seeing Quiplash, I was like, oh my god, that's so clever, that's like a little Easter egg thing, and they were just
Hmm.
like, what? I was like, no, don't understand. But nah, I appreciate the Quiplash, and if that doesn't prove that Jackbox's staple game is Quiplash, as they put it in
Yeah.
another game,
Hmm.
like completely different game, then says a lot.
Yeah.
But definitely,
Yeah.
I'd say
That's
Quiplash and
without a doubt.
Fibbage.
That's like the poster game.
That's it. What
Uh,
about you? What you didn't you sort
I don't know.
of
Like
briefly said about it?
this one's like a bit of a left field one, but have you ever played Trivia Murder Party?
I have played that one. I can't say I really understood it, if I'm
Hmm.
honest.
I it's like I played it a few rounds with one of my friendship groups, and
Yeah.
while I said that I didn't like it in the moment, and that might be just to the last phase, I
Yeah.
really loved it. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like it's like you get trivia
I-
questions.
Yeah.
You get trivia questions, and if you got them wrong, you got taken to. I'm referring to the sequel
have
here.
played that.
Yeah, you got taken
I
to
have played that.
the killing room. And
I was
where you
thinking
have
of a
to do
different one.
You have to do like a mini game.
Yeah, and it's like a pressure test. You have to
Hmm.
answer it like a mini game. That's it. That was the one because that's where they did Quiplash.
Yeah.
That was the mini game.
I was literally
that was
about
the
to
mini
say
game.
it's like one of the killing
Yeah,
room things.
no, I have
It's
played
like
that
if
one.
you get
Sorry.
if you get two of you,
Yeah.
it's like the screen is like the room goes dark for like a few seconds, and then you just see
Yeah,
like
it's
quick
quite
flash pop up on
intense.
this
It's
CRT,
really
and it's
creepy.
just oh,
Yeah,
No
it's
way.
creepy. It's alright. I have played that one, and
it is creepy.
go back to what I
did
said.
love
I
it.
absolutely love that one. We were smashing that one. We had like 10 rounds when we played it. It was
Yeah.
so fun. And then you got that bit at the end, don't you, where like you're being chased by the darkness and you've got to
Yeah,
answer
that's
the
the
questions
only
rapidly.
part that I found issue with, because it felt like
Okay.
even if you absolutely dominated the round, like you dominated the entire game, it felt like no matter what you did, it would hinge on that last part. So it's like
Yeah, no,
you
for
could
sure.
get
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
You could die first round, and you could
But still win.
yeah, and you could still win. It's like even and I don't know. I never really I always prefer like the more points based games because it's like Quiplash,
But
like
the
you
point,
said.
the only,
Mm.
yeah, I was gonna say the way the points made sense because we were questioning like, what's the point in all the points then?
Mm.
But it wasn't it like Pardon me, wasn't it like
you
a
get a head start, I think, on
head
the
start
final
system?
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you
And
get
that's all
the
it
top
was.
three get like, so it goes person who's alive, and then the
Yeah.
top three move like extra spaces
That's
at the
it.
start. But it's
Yeah,
like
that's
even
the word.
then, like everyone 4th to 8th, you could still pull it back. Although I
Yeah.
do love about it is the Easter eggs. So it's like if you got a specific game where you were given an item. So it's like, you get given like the murderer's mother's wig or something, or a knife, or
Yeah.
like a time bomb where you had to answer the questions quickly enough. But if you you had 30 seconds on the clock, and you had like, it was cumulative. That's the thing. It's like you didn't have 30 seconds per round. You had 30 seconds to answer all of the remaining questions of the rest of the game until the final bit. So it's like you take it easy at the start, and then you get to like question 8, and you just think, shit, press it.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But
nah,
then
definitely.
the other side of it is if you made it out with that item, you got an Easter egg. Like you got a really cool Easter egg where you were like left on an operating table, and whoever had the item had to answer one final question if they got alive. I only know this because I only know this because in one of those games with my friendship group, one of the guys got a knife, and he coincidentally managed to make it out alive. Like he nailed the final phase, even though he was like 4th or 5th, and nailed it. But we noticed something was a little curious. So it's like the credits rolled where everyone's like spreads for everyone who had died and how much money they had. It's like, hang on, it's not giving us an option to restart or go back to menu.
No, I did have that.
And it just cuts to this operating tape. Was just like, look, you've got the knife. You've got a knife. We suspect you. Unless you answer this question about an art degree, you're going to jail.
See, I think that the other thing with that is like for us, because that last segment was so tense. I like I said from before, when I was like, I don't know what game that you're talking about, but I do, and I know what Easter egg actually you are talking about, which is the operating one, because we have the exact same one. But the point of literally the intents of the last bit, like my friends were literally like neck and neck for most of it, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
We just gave up, like, but we were just so like, oh god. And then like that Easter egg bit came up, and we were sort of like, what's happening? What's happening? Let's just restart. But yeah, no, definitely, it's probably in recent affairs one of the funnest Jackbox games I played recently, because I always find myself going back to Quiplash and Fibbage and stuff like that. But definitely one of the funnest.
But I love Trivia Murder Party just for like this is gonna sound really dumb considering it's a Jackbox game, but the amount of depth it has. So it's like the questions, like all the different mini games were really creative, and like you got to 10 questions, and if there was more than one of you in live, you had like a final challenge, like lock and key, where you had to pick the right key to be the last one to get out.
That's it. I remember that one.
Where it's basically just game speak for, okay, you've done too good, and we were kind of at a win condition, so we need all of you to die by one.
Yeah, exactly. No, it really, like, when it comes to some of the best experiences that I've had socially, it's because of like a Jackbox game and stuff like that. Definitely. Big shout out to the friend that bought them all for me, who we don't talk to anymore.
But all right, let's flip it on its head now. What do you think is the worst Jackbox game? It's easy to say the best. It's easy to say the best because that, like, let's be honest, like, there's no context.
Okay,
but
true. I think.
What's the worst?
And I don't know if you remember this one, but when we've played it, do you remember when we attempted the social? It's like that social media one where you've got to like write on behalf of someone. It's this really stupid online one that
Survive the Internet.
Make any sense. Yeah.
I actually really like that one. I actually really like that one.
I didn't understand it.
So you have to play it right. It's one of those games you have to play it right in order to have fun with it. It's like Survive the Internet. Okay. So yeah, it's like where you'd get a prompt and then someone else would be passed your response and be told to make the prompt super funny. It's like you all had to be on the same wavelength for that to be fun.
Right, because I think when we attempted it, no one understood it.
Yeah.
So I just never went back to it. Maybe it's something I need to go back to. Definitely. Okay. But I'd say from my experience, that was probably The worst one, I just didn't know what I was doing.
No, I think the worst. I think the worst for me has to be. Well, it's two games actually. The first one is I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the sound-based one. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Oh, no. I know the one you're on about.
Earwax.
I have no idea what it's called.
That's
Earwax. Earwax. Yeah.
That game,
I quite like that one.
I don't know. I didn't like it just because there's like some of the prompts were just like I can't use this. Like I can't use this.
True.
I can't make anything out of it.
To be fair, when you say it, I do think with Earwax, it's like it's funny for the shock the first time round, like the noises, but when you start to get the same noises and the same prompts, it's a bit like
I think that's what
like
we found.
there's only so many times it could say like, the prompt, let's say, is like grandma falling, and you just hear a noise.
Yeah, it's
like
once that initial gimmick
gets
wears
a bit boring.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. No, actually, I think the weakest, if you were to say, not the worst, but for me, if I had to say the weakest in replayability, Earwax actually is up there. That's completely fair.
And the other one is Push the Button.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Don't think I played it.
Think Jackbox version of Among Us.
Oh God.
So it's like
right.
Yeah, it's like you had. Out of this like 8 or 9 space crew, or like 7 or 8 space crew, you'd have 2 or 3 aliens in that crew.
Okay.
And through things like, so it's like you'd be asked to give an opinion on something, but the alien would have a different prompt. But then there was also like hacks the alien could use, so that they could either give another alien a human prompt or give a human an alien prompt.
Yeah.
And then it's like things like the drawing deck, and then there was like a bioscanner mechanic where only one person knew.
It was definitely based off Among Us, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
that sounds too suspicious. But go on.
I can't say to either because I don't know which came first. But either way, enough. It's like it's such, in the time that I played it, it was so just messy. Like we understood how it worked, but it was so messy, and it's like I will hold this point until I die. The only reason that we got a successful game out of it is because my mate next to me was screen watching my phone and saw that I had different prompts and deduced that I was an alien.
Wow.
That's literally the only time we got a successful game out of it.
What made it not work? Like, how come it didn't work? Like,
I think it was just like there was too much going on. So it's like it was segmented, to be fair. It's like you had your clearly defined sort of places where you could go. It's like if you wanted the drawing prompt, if you wanted the opinion prompt, if you wanted like other bits, and like the bioscanner and such. But the thing is, it got so messy, I want to say, because it's like
that sounds right. That makes sense.
You grab like 2 or 3 people to do these prompts, so like trying to keep track of it all and like putting your suspicions on. It's like because you could vote at the end of each round to put suspicion on who you think's an alien, not even think like confirm who's like an alien or anything. It's like, but who's suspicious. It just got really, you have to really like be on it, and I feel like that sort of killed the fun of it. Plus it's like you only get one chance to push the button and eject. You only get one chance. So it's like by the time that it's like the timer runs down, it just becomes, it's like, okay, let's keep playing games. Oh shit, we have 30 seconds, everyone push the button in succession. And it was a messy ordeal. There's definitely better games.
Fun.
I'm probably not doing it justice either in my description, but that's just my experience of it.
No, that's fair. I'll look out for it and I'll give it a go with some mates and see what. But doesn't. It just sounds a bit too sus to play properly. But yeah, no, that doesn't. It just sounds a bit too copycat for it to, and it's trying to be its own party game version of Among Us, but doesn't work. But it could be the other way around. Maybe Among Us took that and did it better.
I don't know who came first, so I can't say either way.
No, exactly. But
having played Among Us, at least it does feel like going back to push the button definitely has skewed my perception of it.